Armored Core 6 has recently had its 2nd anniversary, and I decided to run yet another unhinged PvP tournament to celebrate that milestone. We had a total of 22 people compete against each other on PC and PlayStation, putting their build craft and PvP skills to the test. But this wouldn't be an uppercase tournament if I didn't try to put some weird spin on it. Most of my previous PvP events were more of a glorified beauty pageant with a little bit of PvP attached to it, but I wanted to change that this time around, while also still rewarding creativity beyond just going for the Meta Noob Destroyer 3000 to win the whole thing. I came up with a theme and the most arbitrary way of evaluating everyone in this tournament, so it can still get as unserious as possible. I had the players build their armored stand, their Bizzarre Core, essentially an AC that was supposed to reflect who they are as people, be it through their interests, personality, or whatever else they could come up with. This theme was intentionally vague to allow for a great variety of builds, so I don't have to straight up disqualify someone, but the further away the builds and design was from this concept, the worse it would perform in the actual rankings. Every participant will be graded by me in 3 different categories: viability, how usable the AC is in a PvP scenario and how well you did in the tournament; concept, how well you were able to translate your theme into an AC; and finally, entertainment, how much your design, theme, or playstyle was able to entertain. There's also a 4th category that will be added on top of the points I give out, but that one isn't up to me, but rather it's a player vote, where other contestants got to rate your build on a simple scale of 1 to 10. This is how I will crown a winner on each platform at the end of this video. And I know that this is a weird way of doing things, but I value creativity just as much as pure skill in the game, so this seemed like a good way to sort of even the playing field. So, as a little disclaimer, the main purpose of this tournament and this video is to celebrate the game and its community, while also trying to provide entertainment. Don't take this too seriously. We're all just here to have some fun while playing our favorite big robot game. If you disagree with the ratings I will give at the end, sorry? Again, it's not too serious, but now, without further ado, let's get into the matches. Jamu with the AC Reflection. Unapologetically British and stylish to boot, the design of this build shows its users strong connection to their home country's culture and various pieces of media like Team Fortress 2 or Limbus Company. The part selection has also been made with these themes in mind, going for things like a laser dagger to really give every other contestant the quintessential UK experience. Jinchki with the AC Magnetic Fixation. An ultralight build that is purposefully unoptimal in its choice of core, booster, and head parts to mirror certain traits of the pilot in real life, like needing to wear glasses, which corresponds to the badge scan spec found in this AC. Magnetic Fixation's fairly simple green appearance is accented with a chrome arm as seen on the character Johnny Silverhand from the Cyberpunk universe, which also fits perfectly with the linear rifles carried by this contestant. Miha with the AC BS03 Hedgeknight. This AC stands for rebellion, surpassing limitations and fighting for what they think is right. Hedgeknight is Mia's response to spite those within the AC6 PvP community who think that there's only a certain way to play with a bipedal frame, going against the grain and succeeding while doing so. Comic Sans with the AC STUMP. This particular build has been improved by Comic Sans throughout multiple regulations of the game, resulting in an AC that is perfectly balanced and adjusted to the kind of playstyle the pilot loves to engage in. A person who is completely in tune with their armored core makes for a very dangerous opponent, even to the most skilled of players. And last but not least, JJ with the AC Holdin On. A scrap mech made up of all kinds of different parts that were scavenged from the different fractions present on Rubicon. This lack of direction or refinement, born out of necessity, is an appealing idea to JJ in this sci-fi universe. Also, the onboard computer is apparently from France. It's happening! Jamu in Reflection versus Jinchki in Magnetic Fixation. So, what do we have here? It's been a while since I've seen these weapons. So we got an earshot here. We got, oh, that was already somewhat of a solid hit by the looks of it. We got a shield, very interesting. Oh, early stagger on Reflection. Jinchki is dishing out some insane damage because of that earshot. But the moment Jamu actually gets close, now it's Jamu's turn. to dish out. It's not looking good. The shield knife combo is not looking like the best matchup right here. Oh, yeah. Able to keep his distance. Jinjki is destroying Jamu. This seems like a very one-sided matchup here, but a very well-fought attempt nonetheless. So we got JJ with a very up against Comic Sans in Stump. Please, there we go. Ooh, that was a really early stagger on JJ. Oh god, Stump absolutely demolishing this build. This is one of those maps that can really be good for a certain build over the other. Oh no, he he ambushed him from behind. JJ caught out in the open, not knowing where to look. The Virga's gotta put in some work, but as possibly expected, Stump takes the first round. Alright, using the... Oh! Ambushed yet again! Stump has a way better situation awareness right now. Absolutely able to catch JJ off guard multiple times now. Oh, but we got a stagger on Stump and almost a counter stagger on JJ's build, which I can't see the name of, which is why I'm saying it. Oh! A very well fought round 2 from JJ, but it goes to Comic with Stump. All around your... Wait, guys, I have huge news. Hold on. How poetic. It's one of my most loyal viewers all around. This is you, Steam, Windows 10, as well as AMD PC. Okay, that's another one. Level 7 threat. Jamu running it back in reflection. The BS03 Hedgeknight is looking very formidable. Going up. Once that connects, it's very bad. But Jamu is just... took a lot of damage, but was also able to dish out a lot of damage. This is looking a lot closer. I should not speak. The Hedgeknight is looking very strong. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, dear lord. But the counterattack working very well. Now, Jamu just needs to not get hit like that. The Hedgeknight is also low. GG's. The Hedgeknight was simply too strong. This is bound to be a decent match, and we'll see. Maybe this is our first match that goes to round 3. Oh, that's very good usage, but also good usage of the counter. Very nice, the counter bubble. Jinjki got staggered, but didn't really... Stump wasn't really able to capitalize on it. Boy, that was a 3D experience. And Jinjki goes down. Round 1 goes to Comic Sans. It looked pretty even up until the midway point, where there was a huge shift all of a sudden. The rapid fire from Jinjki may be able to keep up the stagger a little bit more in general, and then the finisher with the earshot might be very nice. Oh, how did that... Wait, what even just happened there? I couldn't properly tell. But staggered him. Jinjki absolutely in disarray right now. The kicks! The kicks. Stump, Comic Sans, displaying dominance. Saying good luck, JJ. Oh boy. Oh! Hold on. It was looking good for JJ until the fucking Ray of Death came out. Good first round. JJ, you can... Don't look at me like that. You know, you didn't dodge, I guess. The pop-up always creeps me out. Then it's... Whoa, what's... Whoa. Hedgeknight and JJ decided to go fist versus fist in a turn of events. What this synchronicity? Oh my! Oh! This is cinema right here. Now this is entertainment value, right? Hedgeknight takes JJ and Holdin on down. He did not hold on. As a matter of fact, he did not. All right. Not a lot of places to hide on this map. And they've immediately found the first place to hide. Might be able to hit a lot of stagger damage here. So Jamu will have to watch out. There you go. but instant counter stagger. Ooh. But again, very well placed use of the bubble. Jamu takes another stagger and goes down. Haven't seen a single heavyweight so far. True. Gonna be interested to see if there are gonna be some even. Yeah, those Doppelbürgers... No, I just went full German. Doppelbürger. Yep, if that connects, that is bad news for Jamu. Oh, sadly, that did not connect. Constantly moving around. Charging up the Virgas to their full potential. Unless JJ gets stunned, which JJ is pretty close to. And Jamu goes down. During Group A's fights, we could already see certain storylines form, like the fight over claiming the letter J. Now JJ steals a J from Jamu. You have to... No, JJ already has enough J's in his name. Fun fact, while you can't put Knight in your AC's name, you absolutely can name it Cumloader 4. Speaking from experience, I assume. Will the Hedgeknight take its first loss? Ooh, nope. Nope, nope. At least not right now. And down he goes. Once that connects, you know, you're a lightweight, which works well with the theme you have, but here... Oh, okay, wait, that was some good damage, though. Now be careful. His stagger is upon you, and once that happens... The Michigan hole claims another. Okay, you know what? You know what, Jinski? I will give you some extra points for making the video funnier. JJ about to steal another J. Ooh, oh, that was kind of a cinematic moment. Editor me, zoom in on that one. Oh, a head-on battle. Oh, shit. Ooh, JJ manages to avoid that. If Jinski's able to keep distance, that might be JJ's kryptonite here. Because of the close range for the shotguns. We're about to see. That connected! The earshot to the rescue for Jinski. The Virga is not able to do it! With the J-War in full swing as the matches went on, some clear favorites to win started to emerge in this group. Miha and Comic Sans were winning most of their matchups, and it seemed inevitable that either one of them was going to claim the first spot in the winner's bracket at the end. This is the last matchup, Miha versus Comic Sans. You guys get ready. You are the titans of this group. Comic Sans and Stump going up against Hedgeknight by Miha. The earshot. One of my weapons of choice. That is a dangerous weapon. However, the quick stagger on the Hedgeknight swing the match in Stump's favor. There we go. But now it's equalized again. The kick strategy from Stump, very noticeable. A core part of the gameplay here. Wasting the time on Stump's shield. Good game plan. Oh my god, the stagger during the Ray of Destruction saves Stump and maybe even wins the match. Hedgeknight playing catch-up, able to get some good damage. Stump running away and getting the kill. Very well played. I love that you actually changed your name. You're now J Jinski. The J's are being passed around. It could be over, but... Another stagger. Hedgeknight is not looking too hot right now. This one goes to Stump. Unless there's a crazy upset. That probably about does it. GG. The interrupts on the beam is what won this match. With a clear winner being crowned in our first group with an epic final match, and points being awarded to every player based on my arbitrary system, it was now time for Group B to get ready for combat. Yusuf with the AC RC 1138 boss. A cosplay build meant to show the contestants' love for the Star Wars franchise, especially those pieces of media focusing on the non-Force users. The choice to go for this clone trooper-inspired AC was carefully made on the basis of being able to match the look and weaponry with an Armored Core 6 as closely to the original character as possible. DICE with the AC V1. Designed to punish those who decide to play passively, V1 is the embodiment of its users' wish to constantly improve at games. Obvious inspiration has been taken from the game Ultra Kill to create a menacing build that aggressively chases down its opponents, ready to end the fight before it even begins with the devastating power of the Pile Bunker. Certified Bra moment with the AC Fastball. For this particular contestant, it's all about aura farming and strong execution during the fights. A nimble, lightweight AC with a no-nonsense approach using weaponry from Surdy's first playthrough that aims to swiftly take out the competition in combat. Which is a shame really, because it's definitely worth taking a more in-depth look at those decals. Kincherin with the AC GOLDIE. Based off of the first character made for a science fiction universe that Kincherin has been working on, GOLDIE is an OC brought to life in Armored Core 6. With a world long past its prime and humanity being forced to live in megacities under domes to protect themselves from the harsh desert climate, it's easy to see why this was a fitting choice for the build inspiration. And last but not least, Kuma with the AC BB03's SpongeBob. On a mission to make people happy, SpongeBob may seem childish at first, but spreading positivity and fun in a world that sometimes lacks those qualities is a very noble cause indeed. The design of this AC combines all the different characters of the show and bombards the opposition with a relentless barrage of bubbles until they eventually give in to the fun. Group B. Everyone, sleeper agents, wake up. Fights are happening. Group B commences. Kincherin and GOLDIE up against Kumar in BB03 SpongeBob. Oh boy, what? SpongeBob, me boy, has already taken quite some damage. That build is using all kinds of different parts from people from the show. That is so funny. The bubble. Oh, the bubbles probably because of the oh, okay. Thematically, like it. And I assume SpongeBob is going to be like one of your favorite shows growing up. So that's why that was chosen. But SpongeBob did not win. The Bubble Buddy is trying his best. Needs to get somewhat close for the bubbles to actually deal some decent damage here. They do constant damage, but they don't do a lot of damage or a lot of stagger damage. Now that is looking a little bit better. GOLDIE taking a decent amount of damage, but SpongeBob just got staggered, but Kincherin misses. That is actually a... Oh! Oh, oh my god. That was a clutch from Kincherin to pull that back. Okay, DICE, can you jump in real quick? Okay, I'm Blandy. I'm gonna keep you in Group C still. Then you're gonna be up after this. I'm gonna move up Yusuf and DICE. We have a gigantic machine here with pile bunkers and shotguns and everything. Holy moly. But if Yusuf can keep distance, it might not matter. DICE is taking a lot of postured and... Nice. Good call. Good call. Oh my god. That was insanely well timed. The pile bunker completely nullified. But... I see DICE. You're trying to get that photo finish. This time around, it's not gonna work. If the pile bunker connects, it's gonna be hype. DICE is taking a lot of damage. That connected though, and if DICE goes on the offensive now, able to capitalize, able to dodge, but the pile bunker does not connect, and the second fight was a lot closer. But can we get to a round 3 in this tournament? GG. Certified bra moment. And DICE in V1. Slowly walking, trying the aura farm certified. I see you. Letting your opponent come towards you. Showing no but the early stagger on both at the same time. And then the... Okay. A lot of things just happened. Extra parts. One bubble and one AA blast. And certified came out on top. That was carnage. Immediately go into the both the combos again. One certified is staggered, which is almost the case. He's got to be really careful. Oh, and... but he just used the power bunker a little bit before, so he could not follow up with it. And that's a lot of damage on dice. Going down. Certified. Guys, can anyone, like, go to round 3? They're pirouetting around. Engaged in a dance. A dance of combat. Very equal so far. Both keeping their distance, trying to snipe, get some points, get some health off. Oh, by Yusuf, really bad on the stagger. And Kintron with Goldie is looking good right now. And another stagger on Yusuf will end the round. It seems like Kintron is able to dish out a way more consistent wave of posture stagger damage, while the actual damage dealt is somewhat similar. But if Yusuf keeps getting staggered, it's gonna be difficult like this. But Kintron almost... He's switched to the fist battle. Was that on purpose? I didn't quite... I think it was on purpose. I'm not sure though. It's working. It's working somehow. It's working. Was that on purpose? Did you on purpose try to break the streak? To go for the first round 3, ladies and gentlemen. Our first round 3 of the tournament. When you become prideful, you gotta be careful. It's a slippery slope. But it seems like this matchup might be decided. Yusuf with barely any health left gets taken out by Kintron. Dice running it back in V1. Kintron with Goldie. That's so much consistent firepower that's being applied from Goldie. You gotta watch out. There's still the pile. Oh, the perfect counter yet again. The pile bunker has yet to connect, but once it does, the earth is going to shatter. The earth is going to... Oh, I respect the fishing for the... Pile bunker claims its first victim. First pile bunker of the day. Oh, wow. That was a quick series of attacks that dealt a lot of damage to... Oh, my God. What is going on? Dice trying his best with the... Oh, my God. Both keeping their distance. And then doing a little bit of a jousting match. With a lot of big explosives. Trying to get an early stagger. Oh, very well done. But that still dealt so much damage to Kintron in total. I just realized. V1 looking stronger than ever. Stagger on dice. V1 took a lot of damage, but is able to retaliate with a grenade of their own. Closing out the match with a win. Oh, wait. Now that you mention it, I feel like I remember the name Colton saying something about... Maybe that was my bad. Maybe I didn't remove it. So it turns out that I did forget to remove someone from the bracket who notified me that they weren't going to make it. So this one's my bad. But Surdy has already taken a lot of front-loaded damage there, but gets a stagger. Not able to capitalize on it. Oh, caught the Bob out. Oh, taking a lot of early damage. Surdy able to make that thing work. I forgot what it's called. And another stagger with the kick. I see what you're trying to do. Trying to get the kill with the kick, but have to take the safe route. Going 1-2-1. All right. What's up with Group B? Just having all of the 3 matches. 3 rounds, I mean. Dealing a lot of damage. They don't deal a lot of stagger damage, those bubbles. But Surdy is forced to run back up. Oh! That dealt so much posture damage all at once. The playing field not quite equal. Surdy is just absolutely bombarded by the bubbles. And gets taken down. Okay, okay. Oh, the counter. The boss is in danger. That definitely connected and actually got Surdy the kill. Wow, that was a close matchup. Oh, the aura work. Oh, there goes stagger 1, but perfectly evaded by boss. It's looking like the boss might be able to pull it back. Surdy almost staggered. Oh, that was so close. That would have closed it out there. But Surdy's still hanging on. As I switch the camera, in fact, not hanging on anymore. Round 3. It's been the theme of Group B so far. The clock is ticking down. Not a lot of damage has been done on both sides here. Yusuf with a slight advantage. Surdy on a little bit lower health. There you go. But that was perfectly executed as well. Boss holding on very well. 30 seconds left. Surdy doesn't have a lot of HP left. And gets taken down. Can the boss take down the boss of flipping Krabby Patties? Getting a lot of... Okay. I like the usage. Who would have thought that this was the first Star Wars and SpongeBob crossover that we were going to get? Or maybe there has even been something like that. Who knows? And the bubbles proved to be too strong. SpongeBob is the push machine. Never backing up. The bubbles strike fear into the hearts of everyone. Kinshrin currently looking good, but got a huge stagger. Certified, absolutely demolishing him currently. Needs to watch out. Certified's health is not very high. Oh! The tides of the battle have shifted massively. Surdy just lost all health. That was one of the most cinematic finishes we just had. Holy sh... What a cinematic final fight. SpongeBob me boy up against Kinshrin with their own creation, Goldie, the OC. The stare off as the time is ticking. And there's... Guys, you're supposed to fight. Oh! SpongeBob pulled the trigger first. A lot of damage. Those bubbles are as scary as always. But the stagger and SpongeBob goes down. Kinshrin on the back foot. The bubbles simply too strong. It's looking like we're gonna have to go to a round 3. We'll see how it's gonna end up. Wow, SpongeBob actually got staggered, but then popped the bubble, so able to pretty much soak up all the damage that came after it. Very nice. Dice definitely... not Dice. Kinshrin definitely going in way more this time around. And it looks like it's working very well on his last AP. And the Bob goes down. Very well done. So, it's time for me to yap. As the final match of Group B concluded, with Kinshrin moving on into the winner's bracket, I called for everyone in Group C to get ready for the time to shine. Sadly, this is also the point where I realized that we would have to do some shuffling around in the second half of the PC tournament, as some players who initially signed up were sadly missing. As a result of that, the next group had only 4 instead of 5 participants. Hazenflay with the AC Lavender Heats. Meant to reflect the hot-blooded side and competitive history of its user, Lavender Heats combines a fast-paced and aggressive playstyle with design elements like thigh highs and a leotard, as well as the very recognizable color scheme and trans flag, putting a core part of Hazenflay's personality on full display. Randall the Vandal with the AC Dirk Dinkum. The villain of the Garfield Show Smuggler arc is here to terrorize Rubicon with all of his... might? This is a simple yet frightening cosplay build. Search B with the AC Crucible. Seeing this AC in front of you on the battlefield would surely strike fear into the hearts of many. Crucible is meant to invoke the same feeling the Doomslayer gives off when fighting against demons, but instead, its targets are other ravens. Will there be anyone who can go toe-to-toe with this menacing contender? And last but not least, Blandy with the AC Painter. It may look random at first, but the design of this build is purposefully chaotic to mimic the look of spilled paint. A look that Blandy is all too familiar with due to his love for painting figurines. The choice of weaponry for this AC tries to further bring this image of the painter to life. You based your AC on a meme that died within like 3 days. Oh boy. Lavender heats up against the fight has finally commenced. Already like almost a full minute has gone by. I see the idea. We got the barbecue gun. Okay. Get staggered a little bit. It's looking good for Lavender Heats. We could have our first win by technicality. The missing mobility from the loader 4 did not work out. Trying to hide, trying to get a jump on someone. Not working out quite that well. Thick thighs do save lives, but in this case, the AC is not. The songbirds did their job for but a second. Blandy and Painter, ooh, up against Search B and Crucible. Ooh. Very evenly matched, but both people were wait, what just happened? Wait, both were staggered, but one kind of continued moving forward? That was crazy. What just happened? Oh, I see you. I see you doing that. Watch out. A Demon Blade is on your case. Oh boy, that is... Oh boy, oh no. That is so strong. Search me with one combo every AC. Oh boy. I got a feeling we know who the favorite to win within this bracket, within this group is. Search me takes down Blandy in commanding fashion. Whoa! Just out of nowhere with the Demon Beam. Okay. I don't want to say I expected that. Not running it back yet. There goes the tech, and it hits. Doesn't deal a shit ton of damage, but that posture damage is enough, and very well placed, but the... Yup. So you could see the frustration. Search B stays for the after matches, for the winners, and does well there as well. That's probably gonna be a safe 10. But we'll see. Although Crucible, hold on, wait, Lavender is wait, I just like kind of zoned out. Lavender is absolutely fucking him up. I think something just clicked, and Lavender Heats was able to actually understand how to... a possible comeback, a possible upset that we did not think was gonna happen. Avoiding the death ray seems to be key here. Keeping distance seems to be a key here as well. Trying to get close. Crucible. Nice. Nice. Okay. Able to kind of work through it. Crucible on. Very well done. I thought for sure Crucible had this in the bag after the first match, but no. Okay. Both keeping their distance, kind of trying to get a feel for the builds. Those stun guns are... They are nasty, though. Bam, 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 bam. Blandy taking a lot of damage, which is to be expected with that kind of setup. However, not to be outdone. Also did a decent chunk of damage. Just make sure you don't fall into the pit. It's already claimed the victim today. The missiles do seem to do some damage, but not really that much. Oh, careful, okay. We might be... Okay, almost half the match is gone. Not that much damage has been applied on either side. Although Blandy is starting to lose some. Now that they're engaged in more close quarters combat, those stun guns. It's looking like, as the final 30 seconds approach, Blandy with only about 10% of his health left. Lavender Heat's not like insanely more HP, but it was a closer fight than the first round. A way closer fight than the first round. Well done. Lavender wins this round. Come on, my favorite contestant, Steam AMD PC. He's fist fighting. Does Blandy decide to also... No. Okay, he didn't know that it happened. Okay, we have the fist fight for the bottom spot right now. Let me tell you, it looks like there's more staggers that are being put on all around here. Blandy, with less than 10 seconds left, gets the stagger. Both are still alive, but on low HP. You may want to connect fist with my face, but I got a fucking stun needle to yours. Wrapping up Group C, with Hazenthale and Lavender Heats taking the third spot in the winner's bracket, I realized that we had another problem on our hands. Two people who were scheduled to play in this last group didn't end up being there for one reason or another. We really had to improvise here, as we were now looking at a total group size of 2 people. I decided to just bring in some players that have already played earlier to fill in for those who were missing. This is less than optimal, but it was the best choice to keep the tournament going. I guess, I don't know, Jinski, sure. Maybe you guys, I mean, I don't know if you should use different builds, if that would make sense. If I would have known this, we could have done the whole group stages a little bit differently anyways, but yeah, they did. I don't think they told me anywhere that they were dropping out, so that's unfortunate. However, those two that were ready on time still decided to put on a damn good show, despite having a really scuffed bracket so late in the tournament. Those players were: I'm Scared with the AC NIGHTBIKINI. I know it might be tempting, but don't stare too long now. The beach-themed NIGHTBIKINI sports various decals all over its frame, which represent different pieces of media very close to its user, as well as another trans flag which partially lends its colors to the beachwear. Charles Darwin with the AC Valstrax. The only build that wasn't using bipeds or reverse joints in this entire tournament. Based off of the Sky Comet Dragon Valstrax from the Monster Hunter series, this AC tries to assert dominance from the skies above with its overwhelming coral firepower. Keeping with the theme of the dragon, advanced aerial maneuvers are a core part of the strategy, as well as the color red being primarily used in its design and weapon choices. Okay, I can't wait to look over what the hell that actually is. And we have an honest-to-God tank! The only one in the competition. Oh shit, oh fuck, yep, sorry. There we go. Oh my lord. Okay, so we got Loader 4 with his Speedo on. Oh, that was a huge chunk of damage on I'm Scared there. The hover tank is pulling in the work. Trying to hide. Ooh, got close, but it doesn't matter. Keeping their distance. So far... This sound is so goofy. Not dealing a lot of damage on either side. Almost coming up on 1 minute. Oh, and that hits. Oh, that's unfortunate. Was keeping it even for so long. I'm Scared did such a good job. That was a shot straight to the dome. Charles Darwin with Valstrax wins the match. Yeah, I'm sorry that you gotta have two crazy setups here now. Okay, the brick is not. I don't think the brick is doing well in this matchup here. Never mind. He's just hiding. the brick has crawled into a hole. What is going on? That was interesting. So I'm Scared did take quite a bit of damage there because of the close proximity and the high firepower. But the brick is still there with less AP left in the tank. That's crazy. Oh! The insane finish. Okay, that was a little bit of an aura moment. The brick is not about winning, it's about sending a message. That, I can respect that. And we got the Giga Beam, which does connect. Oh wow, yeah, Jinchki is taking a lot of damage with this. The flight capabilities are proving too much for the matchups that we have here. I wish, again, this could have been a proper 4th round, but if people don't show up, you know, that's unfortunate. Jinchki surviving on this tiniest sliver of health. Have you even done any... And is there any scratch on Valstrax? Oh. Oh. What's that? What's happened? Whoa. Maybe trying to minimize the... Hold on. No. This might actually be an idea. Jinchki was not able to actually reach Valstrax with the guns. It just wasn't really possible. So maybe, in order to lighten the load on the AC and the energy consumption, trying to get some fist hits in. That looks about right. There we go. The brick. Oh, on an interesting map. Okay. Valstrax with the semi-brick. The brick is just trying to free aim and standing still. Oh boy. Don't try that. Ooh. That's a little scary. Yeah. Oh, you did get a stagger at the end there. Oh. The dragon flew too much and crashed horribly. The pit claims yet another victor. I guess ran out of energy? Shit, I might need to give the pit more points now. Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. Using this to already gain the height. I like the idea. JJ's still taking huge amounts of damage because in terms of firepower, these two are probably pretty evenly matched. Definitely a good strategy from JJ to look for the high ground here. He's sacrificing himself to the pit because there's no way. 3 kills for the pit. Okay, this looks like a little bit of a matchup here. Okay. High maneuverability from Jinchki is proving to be pretty useful. Those songbirds are probably not gonna hit. And then once the stagger comes out with that earshot, it's pretty... very well evaded for Jinchki. The last percentage of health. I hear the pile bunker. I like the attempt, but it didn't work out. You look at me like I'm you know, wait, you dropped your weapon. Wait. Okay. I see. You do still have the pile bunker. Ooh. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, still alive. Hold on. Jinchki can come back. Never mind. I can't stop looking at the fucking Speedo. Whoa, what happened there? I'm scared, taking quite a few hits. Jinchki needs to be careful because that is about to happen. Jinchki managed to avoid it. Jinchki taking a little bit more damage. Taking big damage. And that's probably gonna... The turnaround for the pile bunk. Fainting the runaway, catching him. That was very well executed. GG, both very well played. I loved it. And the Michigan Pit is getting an 11 on viability. It's getting bumped up because it's claimed even more kills. Group D may have been utter chaos, but the one who emerged victorious was sure to put up a good fight in our winners bracket, which has now been fully populated by only the strongest of Ravens. The final stretch of the PC tournament was about to begin, and place your bets now on who will make it to the very top. Let the matches commence. Ooh. Interesting map for this. Valstrax soaring to the skies again with its red hue up against Stump with Comic Sans. Valstrax moving quickly. However, Comic Sans with Stump can actually keep up and chase him down. chasing around the battlefield. A minute left on the clock. Both are on half HP. This is a way better matchup than I thought it was going to be. Valstrax gets hit with the stagger, taking a lot of damage in the final moments here. But Stump is also almost staggered. Gotta be careful. Staggered. But Valstrax is not able to capitalize on it. Prioritized to run away. Valstrax's movement, I have to say, is crazy. But this round goes to Stump. Nah, you. If you're a greatsword main, you can do your kicks. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stump just got caught up by the noodle gun. Took a shit ton of damage early on. Pop the bubble. Kinda equalizes the playing field. I can't say equalize because Stump is still very much in an HP deficit. Could mean disaster. Stump hot on the tail, but gets taken down, and it's 1-1. Chased down by Stump, who's able to actually get there, get some decent damage during the stagger. Ace Combat 7 looking fire. Oh, Valstrax got another stagger. Or got staggered another time. Still holding on with the health, so if we get a well-placed shot with this gun, it might equalize it, but it's looking like Stump is having the edge here. No! A stagger comes out! Stump is on low HP. And Valstrax is also... Both are on incredibly low HP. This is going to be really close as Valstrax gets the final hit to beat Comic Sans. That was great. GG's. I don't know who's going to win this. I couldn't tell you. 30 seconds already down from this 2-minute timer. So far, I don't think a single hit has connected. They're just kind of floating around. There we go. The fight commences. A little bit of early damage on Kinshrin. Why I say early? 1 minute into the 2-minute fight. Getting close. Oh, that is doing something. Lavender heats currently with the edge, but that could turn very quickly if that grenade launcher connects. Trying to chase down. Currently winning by... Oh, that connected and that got a stagger. That was huge. Lavender heats all of a sudden out of a lot of HP. I believe on lower HP than Kinshrin. It's so close. They're both on like the same amount. Who won? Lavender heats won by like 1%. No one really committing on this map. But there goes the damage from that. Oh boy. Both are, again, very evenly matched. This is a very even matchup in general. But they deal so much. Yeah, that's Kinshrin in big trouble. Those stun guns are absolutely fucking him up. I think that's gonna be it. Unless Kinshrin can pull out some insane move right now. Tried the kick. And it didn't work. GG's to Lavender heats. Oh, what a... Again, the perfect matchup in the perfect match location. Incredible. Is Valstrax's flying strat's gonna prevail? Because Valstrax can also take a lot more heat than the lightweight build. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds down. Decent amount of damage done on both sides. Equal amounts. More crazy movement from Valstrax. And Lavender heats is at a slight disadvantage in terms of health. Not by too much though. They're keeping very much on equal footing, but it's gonna take just one crazy attack from that ginormous gun. The stun gun putting in work. But a stagger on Lavender heats eventually brings down one of the two titans of the tournament. Here again, keeping distance, slowly dodging the bullets. 30 seconds off the clock. Nothing is connected yet. Let's see all the weapon, all the explosions flying towards Lavender. Oh, perfectly maneuvered around it, and it connected. Valstrax took some damage. A lot of missiles are on the way towards Lavender heats, but Currently, Valstrax still with less HP. Less than 10 seconds. It's looking like it's gonna be a technicality unless something hits. Valstrax going on the offensive. And it goes to Lavender Heats. Almost 30 seconds. Similar strategy from Lavender here. Makes sense. But how will Valstrax adapt to it? And simply waiting for the right moment to send a few well-placed hits which just hit Valstrax, but also Lavender. Both have been hit, and it's impossible for me to tell who has less health right now. I think now Valstrax is ever so slightly below it. It can't connect. Lavender is too fast and takes it on the technicality. But in the war, that's what it is. Hazenth has managed to excel with the strategies. Congrats to Lavender Heats for making it all the way to the top and taking the final win. But it still isn't over just yet, because now it's finally time to get to the actual ranking. All throughout the tournament, I was busy giving out points in the 3 categories I outlined at the start of this video, and this is what ultimately will decide who is the actual winner. Since Hazenth was able to take home the win in the PvP bracket, they would naturally also receive the most amount of points in the viability category, but the other 2 are just as important. And with that, here are the final results. With the PC side of the tournament done, it's finally time to move on to our PlayStation Ravens. The exact same rules and methodology for evaluations apply here as well, except that it's on a different platform. The only real change, however, is that we only have 1 group. That's right, since there were only a total of 6 players that participated on PlayStation, I was able to essentially turn this into a round-robin type of situation, where everyone was going to be able to fight against each other. And on top of that, we would still have a 4-man winners bracket at the end for the sake of it. But first, I have to introduce all of the players. Vert's Anomaly with the AC6 Lucis. Specializing in extreme raw firepower while still being speedy, this build has traded away its ability for long-range combat to be as dangerous as possible while being all up close and personal. Once Cadus Lucis is right in your face, its edgy and overly flashy design, almost reminiscent of a Valkyrie, might be the last thing you'll see before the fight is over. Coggiatio with the AC Transmoon. Utilizing highly unusual strategies in its fights, Transmoon is relying on the power of the 2 opposing Moonlight Blades, completely opting out of any true long-range options. This playstyle is aided by a jamming bomb launcher to throw off Cog's opponents while closing the distance and charging up the blades for a devastating attack. One Beyond with the AC Labors of Science. This AC's design includes too many references about its user's life to count. Spanning from matters regarding family, pop culture, and various other things, Labors of Science is truly one of a kind. BT7 Light Tank with the AC Want All, Get None. Dissatisfied with his current position in life, BT7 channeled his frustrations into the creation of this AC. Its opponents will end up being the recipients of any pent-up anger there might be to their dismay. Joyless with the AC Venator. This red and black menace was designed to look like it's ready to go to space, which as a fellow space nerd, I can really appreciate. Some might not like this idea, but I still really want to see an armored core fighting in a zero-G environment. And finally, Tokyo with the AC Jagan Reaper Corpse. Representing its pilot's love for the Gundam franchise, this Reaper truly lives up to its name, as you will see. Tokyo created an OC within the Gundam universe and brought it to life here in Armored Core 6. Are you guys able to tell that I'm starting to slightly run out of steam with these descriptions? I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to do better. This match isn't gone for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see if JJ Wave pops up. So, first match is going to be Joyless. Joyless versus Tokyo 1971. There we go. Joyless in Venator. Okay, Venator looks like the correct one. Okay. Up against Jagan Reaper Corpse. I see a Moonlight Blade or potentially the Coral version. We're about to find out. It's the Coral version. A lot of early stagger on both sides. First stagger on Venator by Joyless though. But Tokyo swiftly was dismantled as well. with that Moonlight Blade. A lot of individual bullets are being sent around here. We have a lot of fast-firing weaponry, which is very well suited to keeping up a stagger. A huge bazooka hit, but that is gonna be a lot of damage. Joyless pops the bubble, managing to sustain himself even better, but a counter bubble comes out. The first match goes to Joyless and Venator. Cognito with the Trans Moon. Verse Anomaly with Cadus Lucius. I'm not sure how to... Sadus Lucius? Let's see. Oh, early hits on that. Went straight into it. Ran into the AA Blast, but counter AA Blast. Interesting. So the double Moonlight with, I think that's the jamming thing and the shield gun. A very interesting setup. Because Conrad currently is on lower HP. Because those Moonlight Blades are very vicious. Whoa, do be careful. Trying to chase after with the butt blade, but gets caught out. A very interesting strategy that I like. Definitely gonna get some points on that, on the concept, I feel like. Waiting until someone makes a move. And the butt blade gets a big hit. Sadus Lucius, I think that's what it's called. Chasing down, but Cognito taking a huge amount of damage with the butt blade there. Both are on similar HP, 1 minute left. Trying to be careful, don't want to concede unnecessary hits. And Cog wins by the smallest margin. BT7, Felsen with want all, get none. Up against Venator, running it back. So we got the ultra-wide AC here. With some big weaponry. I like it. And it's the pit map. Oh, there's a lot of bullets being sent. A lot of bullets. First stagger onto Felsen. But second stagger onto Joyless. And able to capitalize on it with some quick hits. The combined might of the US military on display here. Felsen want all, get none. Had to pop the final line of defense. And survives because of it. Joyless got staggered at the worst time possible. I like how both have a similar time of actually being able to shoot, a similar like magazine size to shoot ratio. First stagger onto Joyless, not looking good. That once Felsen reaches 1 AP, he's gotta be careful. Runs away as a result, tries not to get staggered in the time, but still gets staggered. Gets taken down the same way. The running strat did not work. 2 1 AP wins. These were two very... That doesn't count. That one doesn't count. We got Jake and Reaper Corpse up against Cadus Lucius. Maybe the donut will claim a victim today as well. Who knows? No lock on. There you go. There's a lock on. And that wasn't... Oh, that was a quick stagger. Onto Conrad. That did connect, but it didn't... Oh, no. Oh, oh, oh. I like the play. Both are staggered at the same time. Conrad has less HP, goes down first. But I like the strategy. Hid and tried to hit with the AA Blast. Conrad gets a very good first stint of the... Oh my god! Very well placed usages of the extended... Holy shit, that was so fast. It was well played by both people, but this was just a really fast match regardless. Labors of Science, one beyond. Up against Trans Moon by Cog. So, how will you handle Cog's playstyle? Interesting. Alright, so Labors of Science trying to chase Trans Moon down. Where are they gone? What are you doing? What are you doing? Very interesting. A minute left in this match. Hiding in the folds of the map. Trying to ambush. Did not get the ambush. Very well evaded. The time is ticking down. 30 seconds remain. Less than 30 seconds. Oh! Gets a big hit. It's a little bit equalized. Labors of Science still has more HP though. As the clock ticks down and Labors of Science wins round 1. See a little bit of animation canceling going on. Both get a little bit of damage in. Goes down. Trying to bait maybe a fall. Who knows? It would be really funny. And play around the unorthodox playstyle of Transmoon. But some hits connect. Some good hits connect. Labors of Science prevails and takes the win. JJ Wave and someone called PlayStation. If you guys are here, if you guys are present, make yourself known. Yeah, so just like on PC, we ended up missing some people on PlayStation as well. I tried to call out to the 2 people that weren't here for the fights, and they never ended up showing up. Luckily, we still ended up with an even amount of people left, so we could continue our fights just without having the 2 people compete. But Felsen's last second heroics could win the game yet again. But Conrad prevails and takes it down. This worked very well last time for Felsen, but this time it did you just change your name to Jelzen? I just saw that. Conrad getting staggered here. Felsen able to adjust. This could potentially be the first round 3 that we're gonna see. Trying to run the time down a little bit. Both are somewhat on equal footing now, and never mind! Conrad just got hit with a barrage of damage out of nowhere. And we have round 3. As Conrad slow walks the aura farming immeasurable. They will face off one final time. A minute 30 left to go. Oh, both missed their melee hits, but that was pretty cinematic. Who will take it? Conrad gets staggered. Immediately pops the AA blast, expecting Felsen to rush in, which didn't happen. And Conrad goes down. Our first round 3 of the day. GG to both of you. Seems like the Wild West. What a showdown. Yeah, that was great. And I'm going to be streaming that all fucking day. We have a match for the ages. We have a draw. What? Currently, Joyless in the lead. Labors of Science up against Lavender. Labors of Science in the deficit of in terms of HP. 1 minute left. And if Joyless, being close to a stagger right now, gets hit by that, the playing field might equalize. There we go. There's the stagger. Labors of Science had to back off. Not able to hit a big amount of damage there. Another stagger on Labors of Science, which that surely mean the kick. A stagger on Labors of Science. Swinging the tide of the battle in Joyless's favor. A couple rogue hits would suffice to take out Labors of Love. Labors of Love. What? Labors of Science. And Vanator and Joyless take it. Ooh, oh, that's cinematic right there. You just want to play good, but you feel like I'm throwing. At the end of this, what I want everyone to get out of this is entertainment. I want you guys to have fun playing, be it through winning or just taking part in the experience here. Felsen getting staggered big time early on. Moonlight shots, free aim, and actually gets a hit, which deals a lot of damage. The kick connects with his rescue, but gets taken down. 30 seconds left in the match. Felsen does need to be careful to not concede another one of those Moonlight Blade hits, but with only 20 seconds to go, there we go. Some hits connect. And after running away for a while, the big AA blast catches Felsen off guard. We see the shuffle from Conrad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Both are very close to being staggered. Double stagger, both at the same health at the same time. Conrad taking a little bit more heat here. Labors of Science able to pull through and deal enough damage You don't need to look at me, you know, it's... I get it, you know, I get how it is. Life do be like that sometimes, but... And in terms of actual looks for the builds, I think Conrad's build is the like, coolest looking, but I think that was also part of it, like, the edginess. That was... There you go, Conrad. Goes down. So far, like, almost no hits have been traded between these two. Which I guess kind of makes sense. It's kind of hard to hit actual hits, but now some have been hit. Jagan, take some. It is really difficult to play against Transmoon with this playstyle, but no one expects the AA Blast. After not being able to, like, properly hit the shots, the AA Blast doesn't really feel like it's a big threat, but you gotta watch out. Uses the AA Blast early, not able to catch, and a stagger on Cognito. Transmoon in with big huge, make damage go big, and Jagan wins. Although both are very close to being staggered. Now, actually, Transmoon jumped into a shield, and potentially the shield ate some of the damage and some of the stagger that could have won the match for Jagan, but Transmoon prevails. A lot of stagger damage early, but no one taking the brunt force of it yet. Felsen closer to it though. Gets staggered. Gets wombo comboed with the butt blade. One of the early ones and one of my favorites. The attempted kicks. The attempted kicks. Or, no, okay, never mind. Okay, Jagan dropped the weapons to get the final punch. I like it. I've had that happen to me. Whoa, I just looked over to chat to read some messages, and Felsen all of a sudden is out of HP. Just almost fully. A stagger comes out, which turns the tide of the battle slightly. This is still winnable for Felsen. There goes. Both bubbles. He's just sitting there. Oh boy. GG. Felsen almost had it there at the end. Whoa. Joyless needs to figure out a way to not get hit by that. That is bad. That is really bad. Cognito also getting staggered. Counter AA Blast. Again, I feel like people keep forgetting the AA Blast here. People are so preoccupied trying to figure out how to play with this against this build that they completely forget the AA Blast. That hit, and Joyless does go down, but Cognito, Transmoon, on half HP. Can Joyless adapt? Playing around the shields. Getting a little bit hits in there. Fairly equal. A stagger on Transmoon. Joyless gets counter-staggered, but they're fairly evenly matched right now. A minute left. Joyless does get hit by that. That did not look like a hit to me. The netcode giveth and the netcode taketh. But whatever the case, Transmoon wins this match. GG. I think it's time to have a look at how you guys did in my rankings. There may have been fewer participants on PlayStation, but the matches we got to experience here were no less exciting than the ones on PC. But like I promised, we still have the finals left to go, in which we could even see an upset happen. Let the matches commence. So, if I'm not mistaken, the one person to take down Transmoon was Labors of Science. So far, almost 50 seconds down. Not a lot of damage being dealt, but that's kind of the name of the game here. That was a hit, but it didn't do a ton of damage. Both are still pretty even. Labors of Science, slightly less HP. Going for the bubble, rushing in, getting staggered because of it, and a very, very decent attempt by Labors of Science. I like the idea at the end, but sadly, it didn't work out. I know, everyone forgets that there's an AA Blast, but I think it's because the build is so unorthodox in the first place. You're just focused on something completely different. Knows how this is played. Transmoon, big stagger. And very well done by Labors of Science. Held off on the charge. Did not forget the AA Blast this time. Hits! Labors of Science now in a deficit, I'm pretty sure. Now in a big deficit. 10 seconds. Labors of Science has less HP and gets hit with the red shift. Very close fight. Very well done. GG. Tokyo with Jagan Reaper Corpse. Joyless with Venator. That connected. Joyless' stagger bar went up really high, but Jagan also very close to his stagger. Right now, it's looking like the match is going in Jagan's favor, but the next stagger could change that as it... No, not able to capitalize. Possibly out of energy, which takes down Joyless. Stagger on Jagan. Joyless getting the early stagger might prove to be very useful here to equal the playing field. There goes another shield. Trying to save some HP. Jagan in the HP deficit, but Joyless is close to being staggered. This could change everything. They're pretty much even, but Jagan gets staggered and gets taken down. The damage has already been done. Jagan needs some huge play right now to come back. Otherwise, the Venator is going to win. The rush down strat, potentially working. Joyless almost staggered. Joyless gets staggered. And gets taken down. Very well played from both of you. That was very close. That was really good. The moon. Is it? No, it's not. Never mind. This is the other map. We're gonna find each other first. The final showdown on the big city map. Very good movement so far. Getting real good damage onto Transmoon. The AA Blast catches him out, but the counter bubble. Cognito on the back foot for once, getting staggered again. This is looking like a very different picture right now. Dominant in most matches, Transmoon gets taken down by Jagan. Jagan is on lower HP. One stagger could change it, but it was the stagger in the wrong direction for Jagan. Somehow surviving the AA Blast. I don't know how the hell that happened. On a sliver of health, Jagan gets hit, and we have yet another round 3 for the finale. 1-1. That bazooka is fast, isn't it? Did that thing always shoot that fast? Be careful, that's a big hit. Jagan took a lot of damage. With half HP left, Transmoon still on about 3/4. Transmoon has backed off. This is gonna be close. It got buffed in the latest patch. That one. Checks out. Big hit. If Transmoon gets staggered, it might be over. Transmoon is able to back off safely. Completely negate all that beautiful stagger damage that Jagan built up. Smart play. And with 25 seconds left, it's looking like this might be the end unless another one of those bazookas hits. Which it is! And with a tiny sliver of health, Tokyo takes down the potential favorite Transmoon. Jagan Reaper Corpse is the winner. That was an insane comeback. Very well played, both of you. I like the adaptability that you showed. That was very well done. In a shocking twist, Tokyo would prevail against the unorthodox playstyle of Cog and end up taking the victory. Those who have gone down to the frustrating playstyle of Trans Moon were surely overjoyed to finally see them avenged in this epic final match. But with that, it is finally time to get to the PlayStation evaluations. One thing to note is that I didn't compare the players on this platform to the PC ones, so my ranking here is completely detached from the ones we had earlier. Man, oh man, this video has been one gigantic undertaking for me. If you are still here, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. But also to everyone who participated in this event, thank you for turning it into the spectacle that it was, and I hope that this video was able to do it justice for you all. Now, there were a lot of issues out of my control during the making of this video, and as a result of that, I couldn't really create it to my original vision, which was much more grand and exciting. But with the actual event already having taken place about 2 months ago, I had to finally concede and just put it out in its inferior state. But I just had to ramble about it for a second because of how much grief this project has caused me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. You can find all of the build codes from our contestants in the description of this video if you want to take a look at them yourself. But with that, I'm gonna sign off and take my sweet rest. Until next time.